it can be a really good area of opportunity. One thing that I will tell you is that it is going to make you a better marketer. It is going to make you a better entrepreneur. It is going to suck, but it is only going to make you better. Hey guys, it's your girl Louisa. I'm back on YouTube, guys. And it is strange times. It is really, really tough right now. I hope you guys are washing your hands, and after that, I hope you're moisturizing. But yeah, COVID is real. It's very real. We all know about the negatives, right? The positive is that there are more opportunities to have these sort of connections virtually. So I decided to come back on YouTube. And if you guys don't know, I'm a performance marketer here in New York. I work for a tech company in New York City. And what is a performance marketer? A performance marketer is a digital marketer that's focused on conversions. That could be, you know, whatever your business needs. For e-commerce companies, that's sales. For tech companies, it could be, you know, downloads, or, you know, people sign up for a platform. So that's what I do. But my passion is in the beauty industry. That's, you know, what I love. You can see the skin, this glowing skin should give it all. So I wanted to talk to other beauty brand owners to find out how you guys are feeling, number one. Hold on in there. And just really share a lot of the insights that I have been seeing through research, things I've read, and also some sort of first-hand accounts from other business owners on how they're faring. So hopefully that helps you. So definitely leave a comment. Let me know what you've learned, what you like, what you want me to expand on. What I'm hearing in general, it's brutal. There is a lot of uncertainty right now. You know, consumers are still shopping, but they're focused on necessities. So that's really the new reality that we're living in. So if you own a clothing brand, or you own a brand that is not considered a necessity, I don't know how to tell you this, but it's really tough. Just to give you real numbers, right? The sales for non-essential items, they've fallen from 20 to 40% from February. Those are the numbers that we're seeing. But there's more positives. You know, the Dow had its best day a couple days ago, the best day ever since 1933. For my friends or business owners who I know who are in, you know, have businesses that are essential items, so like, you know, grocery type of stuff, or baby food, or that sort of vertical, they're doing amazing. They're seeing double digits, triple digits even in sales. And what I'm hearing are skincare and hair care. If you're in that sort of field, sales obviously online are really growing, about 70% compared to the beginning of the month. So good news. What I'm seeing that you guys are doing, my girls, my guys, my fellow beauty business owners, I see people just discounting their item, like freaking out. I'm seeing 20%, 50, 70% now. As a consumer, I love it. I am taking advantage of those discounts. But as a business person, I'm like, hold on, let's pause. Not saying don't discount items. Like, you have to do what you need to do. You know your numbers. You know what you need to do to keep paying your people, or, you know, have, you know, money for yourself and to feed your family and to have your essential items. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to deplete your inventory, because, you know, you have to look at your supply chain and figure out, am I going to get the items that I need to replace that inventory? And if that's not looking like the case, then you may want to slow down on the sales, because that could give you that short-term income. And if that's what you really need, hey, you know your numbers best, but definitely think about slowing down on the sales. As a consumer, I know all the consumers out there like, no, Louisa, don't tell them that. I love having these things on sale, but I'm going to talk to you about what you can do though, right? That's not just the sale, but how you can, little things that you can do to start to improve your business. One of the things that I really think that every beauty brand should be thinking about is making sure that they have they look back at their communication strategy, your content, basically how are you speaking to your consumers in these times, and you want to make sure that that conversation is aligned with what's going on during COVID. So one of the brands I really admire is Peace Out Skincare. You've probably seen it in Sephora. They're a brand that is like almost like a plaster that you put on your face, like a band-aid. Like you'll see the little dots, and I think the first product they came out with was Peace Out Acne, or at least the one that I noticed, and they have many different products, and they are giving 10% of their proceeds to help hospitals in Milan. I believe the founder is Italian, so that even makes more sense. So I think a lot of your consumers are going to want to know, what are you doing to help? And I'm not saying give out all your proceeds if you don't have it, but just talk about maybe how your brand, like your employees are working from home, or how you're practicing social distancing. Make sure that whatever communication you're giving is not tone deaf. This is not the time to be posting your vacation pictures, okay? Even as a founder, even on your personal account, Another thing that I saw was with the big brands like LVMH and Estee Lauder. They're opening factories to create hand sanitizer. I saw that Unilever also announced some of that, so that's really great. I've seen some brands that are like not in the US, for example. So this is really more African beauty brands. I've seen them give out free hand sanitizer with their order, or they're making hand sanitizers now. I love that. That's really cute. In the US, do know that if you are making hand sanitizer, it has to be FDA approved. Now, the FDA is loosening the rules for making hand sanitizer. I am not an FDA expert lawyer, but I'll include a link. So if that's something that you want to look into or want to share information with your followers on how to make their own hand sanitizer, I think that would be beautiful content. But follow the rules, follow the law, guys. And then I think that also, content wise, thinking about how you can, help your followers, right? So if your audience or your consumers are millennial moms, their kids are between 1 to 5. If you're lucky enough that you're also fit in that category, then you want to do things like live stream yourself doing activities. As a skincare brand that did that recently. The founder, live streamed herself doing activities with her kids as more parents stay at home. Talking about how mothers can take some time for self-care even though that they're quarantined. Make sure that it's not tone deaf, obviously. And I think just in general, thinking about how you have content that is around staying at home, self-care, beauty regimens that you can do while being contained. This is not the time to talk about how your product works for the beach, okay? No, we don't want to see any of that. So make sure you're looking at your inventory, going back to, some people plan their content way ahead. So before your content goes out, make sure that you're checking that. Make sure that you're checking in with your team to make sure that the content that you're creating makes sense for the times. Another thing that I've seen really work with a few skincare brands is that talking about the stress relieving benefit of their brand. There's a Italian skincare brand called Futura Skincare, and I saw in Vogue magazine the founder talk about how their brand has some stress reducing benefits. So if they lightly tap your product or massage your product in, you'll benefit from that. CBD brands, this is your time to shine. And then I'm seeing for a lot of people who sort of fall in the skincare world or hair care world, I know some people that do follow this account aren't just beauty brand owners. You know, they're also like beauty service providers who are looking into starting their own beauty brand. So if you're a beauty service provider, this is a great time for you to look into doing consultations, either via FaceTime, via chat. Even as a beauty brand owner, you can do some of that, especially if you fall in the skincare if you fall into the skincare, you know, category or the hair care category, you can do some consultations, you know, and give some people some advice. Now, it's a longer lead, so you may not see sales right away if you're using that to bring people in, but you're opening your pool, you're building trust, and over time, I think people will probably put your stuff added to cart, and hopefully as they get their checks, they will spend some of that on you, and obviously some people won't make that spend immediately. So if you can do that, definitely try to incorporate. Those are the sort of things that I'm seeing people incorporate in their content, even in their ads, right? Like I'm seeing ads that are focused on, instead of people just buying, but saying, hey, book a skincare consultation. I think that's great. So other things that you can do, guys, I know that, you know, we were approaching springtime. This is the time where a lot of beauty brands were looking to launch a new product. I just think that you just have to be innovative about your launch, right? One launch that I really liked was Camille Rose. They're a hair care brand, and there's this movie that came out on Netflix about the life of Madam C.J. Walker. Camille Rose actually developed a product to honor Madam C.J. Walker, and I love that. And it sold out. Can you imagine? The product sold out. It was a hair pomade, I believe. I was even trying to get it because I'm gonna show the packaging somewhere here, so you guys can see. I just love the idea. It was so cute, and I wanted it. It sold out before I could get it. So that's an example of people just thinking about, you know, what type of products. If you really have thought through your product launch and you're offering something that's different, you're offering something that's inspiring, you have nothing to worry about. And another thing that you can do if you're worried is you can launch your product, but you can you know, only launch a few of it and create a wait list so that your VIP customers are the first people to come to your website, get to buy that product and test that product. That way you're offering value to your customers that are super fans of your brand. So I believe Then I Met You, which is Charlotte Cho's brand. It's a K-beauty brand. She recently created this new product, and there's a wait list already for people who want to get it and want to try it. So things like that, you know, I'm seeing on the product like launch perspective. This is the time that I think that you want to keep obviously focusing on the awareness of your brand, but you want to pay a lot of attention to retention. A lot of attention to retention. Pow, 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 pow. This is when you want to focus on loyalty if you weren't focused on it. And loyalty doesn't always mean a discount. It could be giving free gifts to your top, you know, 10%, top 20% of customers. You want to do maybe upsell, like not upsell them, but like upgrade them. So let's say they ordered a shampoo and it was regular size. If you have a larger size, if you give them the larger size for free, just showing loyalty and showing that you appreciate your customers in any way that you can is really great, because it's a really tough time right now for them. I think that, you know, we talk about this a lot. I talk about this a lot when I speak to beauty brands. Personalization right now is key. This is not the time to just like mass send emails or mass send information, text messages, whatever it is. This is the time that you want to give me information that is tailored to me. So if I bought a shampoo from you about a month ago, right, it takes me about a month to finish my my cleansing conditioner. I don't really use shampoo as much. So this may be the time to reach out to people and say, hey, I noticed you bought this shampoo. Maybe try a shampoo bar because that lasts longer, or, we'll give you a free shampoo bar. Be personalized with your information, because I think that staying top of mind is a thing. And if someone noticed that I bought shampoo a month ago and it's probably I'm about to run out, now is the time that I'm looking to buy things, because I don't want to worry about things running out later. So I think that sort of content is important. And then if you haven't launched a product in a long time, this is the time that you can, take that time to just take a step back and start to think about what are the launches that you want to launch, or what are the products that you want to launch later on in the year. What's going to make sense, right? So we don't know when this will end. I am not I'm not a psychic. I don't have that information. But I will tell you that at some point things will get better, or, we'll start to go outside. We're seeing that in China already. Start to have a plan for if people are going outside, what is a launch that makes sense, or how do you launch something in that time? This is now the time to start thinking about working with researchers, with scientists, if you make your products yourself, because I know for a lot of smaller beauty brands, you're making your products yourself. If you've always wanted to try a CBD product, if you've always wanted to try, certain ingredients in your product, matcha, whatever it is, this is the time to really start testing and refining your formulations so you're really set up for the future. And if you are launching a new brand, or you've never launched a beauty brand, you're looking to launch a beauty brand, this is the perfect time to start doing your research. Another thing that I would say that a lot of people are not thinking about is you want to make sure that you're talking to people in your supply chain, all aspects of your supply chain. So you may be thinking, okay, I know I got a lot of shea, I know I have a lot of essential oils, but what about the packaging, right? Wherever your packaging is coming from, does this look like supply chain wise you're gonna be okay? If you're not, how are you hedging against that? So those are the things that you need to be thinking about that you can do right now. And then on the sort of sales point of view, this is the time to really start working on your website, figuring out how you can increase conversions. Hopefully this is the time you want to start looking at your GA. GA is your bae, okay? And when I say GA, Google Analytics, you need to be looking at your Google Analytics. How many people are coming to your site? Are you seeing a drop down of people coming to your site? Then now you have an awareness problem. So you need to work on your social media. You need to work on, growing awareness of your brands. Are more people coming to your website, but they're not converting? At what point are they dropping off? Are they searching for certain things on your website and they're not seeing that? If they're searching for, tea tree mask, but you don't have that in your website, then you that's something that people are looking for that you don't have. Is it that they are adding to cart, but they're not purchasing? Now, I think that at that point is a great time to send a email if you have a Shopify site, there is something called abandoned cart. And with abandoned cart, it can automatically send an email to your consumers. And in that point, if you want to add a 10%, 20% discount, I think that makes sense, because that's a consumer that was already thinking of buying from your brand. They just needed a little bit of a push. That's okay, or you can put that in your retargeting ads as well. So you definitely want to be looking at your numbers and seeing where the drop-off is taking place. what we're seeing from a performance marketing perspective is that we're seeing a lot, because a lot of people are online right now. So we're seeing people clicking ads, we're seeing people going to sites, we're seeing people scroll, but in that conversion piece is where we're seeing a lot of hiccups. So you want to be thinking about how you can move your consumers through those hiccups, if that makes sense. So is it that discount? Maybe you want an A/B test. Give a pool of consumers a discount. Give another pool of consumers like a mini size product for free. See which one has most conversions, that kind of thing, you know? It's tough. We all have to hang in there. We all have to stay focused. It's not the easiest times, but you will get through it. I graduated back when the latest recession happened, and it was a very tough time. I was working for a huge PR agency then, and I saw a lot of big companies really, our clients at the time, shake. They were scared. They were very, very scared. But coming from having, started my career in a time where there was a recession, I also know that recessions can be great opportunities. One of my clients, I remember when back then, had to close down lots of stores nationwide. And I would say that as of now, that same client had even more stores open a few years down the line. Life is cyclical. The economy is cyclical. It sucks that this is happening to you. And that you have a business at this time, or you're a brand manager at this time. But it can be a really good area of opportunity. One thing that I will tell you is that it is going to make you a better marketer. It is going to make you a better entrepreneur. It is going to suck, but it is only going to make you better. So, that's just my honest news. That's my honest truth. I wish I could bring more roses. I wish I could be more positive, but, it is what it is. So thank you guys for watching this video. Definitely hit me up, follow me on all my socials at Louisa Kinoshi, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever it is, and ask me a question and I will try to answer. I'm also taking time for self-care, so if I don't answer immediately, that's probably why, but I will try to get back to everyone. Have a great one. Thank you for watching, and let me know what other videos you would like me to create. Bye.